Hey guys, today's episode is the final episode of season one. I'd love to keep up with you while I'm away preparing for next season and next year. So be sure you're following me and the podcast on Instagram at School of Life Pod and at underscore MISSJAYE. Also, as an early Christmas gift from you to me, I really appreciate it if you could take 2 minutes out of your day to rate and review this podcast on whatever platform you're listening on. Thank you for your listenership and being a part of my friend gang. Let's start the show.
Wow, Sinatra.
Another day, another dollar. I'm saving just to be broke. They said college was serious, but my degree feel like a joke. 4 years or less, I'm sane. I got it done. No playing, just to end up at my mom's after I told her I wasn't staying. Well, here we are. No question, I'm a star. Just got some light years to travel, but it's just so far. But I'ma make it though. Make sure you get your focus right. You coming too, it's about to be one hell of a ride. Yeah, this adults and stuff is crazy. They ain't warn us about this. I'm supposed to live my best life on an unpaid internship. I'm supposed to find my husband. Everybody running game. I guess the more things change, the more they stay the same. Went from worrying about on flow to running from Uncle Sam. Now I understand why student accounts never gave a damn. Saving accounts be slipping, trying to work out, but I'm tripping. I forgot health insurance. Oh, I'm my mom's until I'm 26, so I gotta pay these student loans. That's adulting. With the score doing the most. That's adulting. Moving out of mom's house. That's adulting, but it's all gonna work out. That's adulting. I need a legal side hustle. That's adulting, cause these bills got me in trouble. That's adulting. The journey's course is never planned. That's adulting. So just leave it in God's hands, cause that's adulting.
Hey, friends, welcome back to another episode of the School of Life podcast. Can y'all believe that this is the final episode of season one? Like, oh my gosh, I cannot wrap my mind around that fact. I remember when this was just a mere idea and I had not one clue where to start, what equipment to buy, where to host the podcast, like nothing. Now look at us. And I say us because there would be no School of Life podcast without all of you. So this is a joint effort. We are almost at 1,500 downloads. We're being heard in over 55 countries. Like, somebody pinch me. Let me just say though, in all of that greatness that is coming from the podcast, this thing is not easy, okay? From the script to the recordings to the editing to the social media, woo child. Jesus send me an assistant and some coins to pay the assistant. I had no idea what I was signing up for, but hey, I'm here now, and I am really, really glad that I have been pushing through and continuously to produce content for you all because listen, there have been moments where I have been ready to quit. I be laying in bed like, how is this gonna get done? Because your girl is tired, but still I rise, like Maya Angelou said. So happy season one. I'm super excited. I just don't have any words to describe how I feel knowing that you all are part of my friend gang and that this podcast is reaching thousands of people. Like, what? Me? My voice? Yeah, it's happening. So, thank y'all and just shout outs to y'all for being with me on this journey. So, in the spirit of shout outs, also shout out to all of the December graduates out there who have risen to the next level and become some adults. You know, welcome to this adult world. You are on your journey. It might sound a little corny, but I love graduations. Actually, that's not corny. Who doesn't love graduations? I love graduations because they're just so beautiful. Like, I am witnessing you transition from one phase of your life to the next, and it's just beautiful. Plus, I'm a baby, so yeah, I get in all the feels. But Special shout out to my baby sister who actually graduated from Georgia Southern University this past weekend. Go Eagles. So to my graduates, I see y'all. I love y'all. I wish y'all much success. Look, I am here to welcome you to the real world with open arms, a hug, some wine. Okay, you're going to need it as you embark on this new journey called adulting. And as we know, it's a bit ghetto out here. It's hard, it's frustrating, it's uncomfortable. But luckily, this podcast exists as one of many, many resources out there to help you navigate. So, not to rain on your parade, but congratulations on this amazing milestone and welcome to the hood, honey. We are here. If you need a shoulder to cry on, slide in my DMs because I am here. So, what's been going on with me? This past week has been pretty productive for me. Actually, it's been extremely productive now that I think about it. I got back in town from visiting friends in Delaware. I went to my sister's graduation. I finished putting everyone's Christmas gifts together. Thank God. And speaking of that, I ordered something. They got it wrong. I was upset, but they fixed it. So I'm going to still give them a good review. But that can be a little stressful because Christmas is like in 2 seconds. Yeah, that's that on that. I started working part time for a state senate campaign. What else have I been doing? I think that's it. I'm sure there's more that I'm forgetting, but I've just been busy. Your girl is just been out here busy. Everything is moving so fast. I looked up and it was Christmas time and the end of a decade, and I'm like, okay, Lord, let's apply the brakes. Nonetheless, though, I am super grateful. It's been a lot going on personally in my life, but I'm here. I'm alive. I'm fighting. I'm keeping my faith, all of that. And speaking of fighting, if y'all trust me, just one bit, just one little ounce, if you trust me, you have to listen to Mike Todd's sermon, Faith and Faith. Listen, I have been in a faith fight for a few months now, and this sermon wrecked my whole entire life. I kid you not. I took myself out to lunch, decided to catch up on the weekly sermon, and before I knew it, I was crying, like digging in my purse, looking for a tissue. Real deal tears were coming out of my eyes. I won't spoil the sermon because it's amazing. But if you've been feeling like you're fighting the good old fight of faith and you're running out of patience and belief in your faith, I promise you, you should take a listen to the sermon because it's amazing. Like, y'all, y'all already know I'm going to tag it in the show notes for you because it's just bomb. So, aside from crying in public, visiting my friends, celebrating my sister, and all that's going on in my life, I feel great this week. Christmas is next week. My family's going to the cabins. I'm super excited. Like, it's litty in the city. I'm here. I'm ready. So, as always, y'all know I'm happy about this week's episode because I mean, hey, I love doing this. I say it every time. So get out your notebooks, get out your journal, your smartphone, whatever you need to take notes because School of Life is now in session. Today, we are talking about how to manifest your success, your goals, and your happiness. I know y'all have heard the saying, or it's more so of a question, but I know y'all have heard it many times. People be like, are you going to talk about it? Or are you going to be about it? Well, sir or ma'am, I'm going to do both. Okay. Both of them, which is exactly why the title of this episode is You Got to Talk About It and Be About It. Because the truth is, if you're going to be successful, you have to do both. So, in the spirit of goal setting, celebrating success, closing out this decade, and preparing for 2020, I felt that it was just timely to have an episode about how to see your goals on paper turn into wins in reality because who wants to keep writing down goals, wishing on a star, and never seeing the manifestation? Not I. I do not set goals because it's cute, okay? I set them with the intention of meeting them and sometimes even surpassing them. The thing with goals, though, is that sometimes you write them down and you don't meet them and you don't surpass them. And if I'm being honest, I written goals down and I rarely even look back at them. Like, yikes. But today, I'm just going to talk about the importance of the importance of your mind playing a big part in manifesting what you write and how you write it and just the whole shebang when it comes to setting goals and really just like elevating your life, because we're here evolving, we're growing, we're becoming, we're blossoming, like all of that. And it all starts with what our goals are and where our mind is. So I'm not really sure where the question came from and who decided that you had to choose between talking about it and being about it. But if we're going to survive this here adult life, you better find the willpower to do both at the same time, on one foot, with fine china on your head, like all of that, okay? Here's the thing, though, that I recently learned about goal setting. When you're a believer in God specifically, you have to set goals in faith. You literally have to write them down, knowing and believing that it is done. So, pause story here. So, first of all, make sure you write your goals down. Research shows that you are 42% more likely to actually achieve your goals if you write them down. So I'm not sure which of my friends out there listening haven't written their goals down, but buddy, it's time. Find you a notebook, put it in your phone. Like, having them in your head isn't enough. When you physically write your goals down, you take them from your head and put them on a piece of paper that you can see and read and touch, and it gets ingrained in you. So what happens when you write your goals down is that you take the mental and put it on something visual and physical, and that thing can hold you accountable, whether it is a piece of paper or your phone or wherever you go, a sticky note, wherever. And honestly, guys, we need that. Like, we need the physical reminder of what we're working towards and what we want to see in our lives. I watched a video a few weeks ago of Steve Harvey. Actually, it was like a few months ago, but I watched a video that Steve Harvey put out, and he talked about the importance of writing down your goals. Of course, I'm going to tag it in the show notes because it's a bomb video that literally changed my life. But in this video, Steve Harvey reminded us of two things. One, he said that no one, absolutely no one that he knows that is successful doesn't have their goals written down. And then the second thing was he reminded us of the Bible verse Habakkuk 2:2, which says, write the vision and make it plain. But my absolute favorite part of the video, though, was when he shared that he believes in writing his goals down so much that he took the time to write down 300 things that he wanted God to help him achieve in his life, which, of course, are his goals. Um, yeah, so he wrote them down, and some of them were like wow, crazy faith things. But, anyways, he wrote them down, and as he began to see those things manifest, he would mark them off the list. And I'll talk more about this in the homework segment because I started my list of 300 things. And let me just say, writing down that many goals in faith had me like, whoa, okay, Jesus, you got it. But I'm going to get into all of that later when I talk about homework, because that's going to be your homework assignment. The point is, though, write down your goals. Like, you have to write down your goals. And when you write your goals, you should already be believing them. There should not be a question in your mind about the who, the what, the when, the where, the why. Like, just believe, because you're not doing it alone. And although sometimes it feels like it, you're not. Let me tell you, when I write down my goals, I don't question how it's going to get done. I trust and believe that if God said it, He will do it, period. And that's the mindset you have to have. And that's honestly the first step in manifesting your goals, success, and happiness after you've written them down. Like, do you believe what you're saying that you want? Do you believe in faith? But I'm going to be honest. Like, it sounds all good, peaches and cream. I didn't always believe my goals in faith. And some of you may be at that point in your life. You have goals, but you're like, I guess I can achieve these one day. Let me write this down in case I get lucky. And that's a normal thought. Like, I'm not bashing you, but it's not a good thought. You have to know you can achieve them and train your mind to really believe it, really your mind and your heart to really believe that whatever you're writing, you can have and you can achieve, as long as you have the faith. Okay, you gotta have the faith, and not just any old regular faith. Honestly, you gotta have some absolute crazy faith. Like, yeah, I believe God can do things that I have not seen, like that type of crazy. Like, I believe that He will provide the proper people and resources for me to wipe out these student loans without having to pay a dime. Like, that's one of my crazy faith goals that I have written down on my list of 300 things. It sounds crazy, but hey, I believe it. So, and I don't want Jesus to ever call me out like He did the disciples when He was like, "Oh, ye of little faith." Not I, and not you either. So, have some faith when you write your goals down. Like, believe them when you write them down. And when you find yourself having those moments where you're like, wait, can I really do this? Like, who, me? Like, yes, you remember who you are. I hate to sound cocky, but some days, in the most humble way possible, I promise, in the most humble way possible, I have to remind myself who I really am. Like, yes, I'm that chick. I am Jacqueline or Maria Washington. I'm chosen, I'm favored, I'm deserving. Why can't I be debt free or buy a house or find an amazing husband that checks all of my boxes? Listen, the moment the pen touches the paper when you're writing your goals, believe that those goals are done because you're not doing them alone. Period. And then after you believe, you're ready for the second step. Well, the next step. Yes, the second step. But really, you only ready after you believe. Talking about your goals is the next step in manifesting your success and happiness. Have you ever talked to your friends or your boo or your mom or whoever you talk to about the things you want to accomplish? And when you're done, you're like, dang, I feel happy. I feel motivated. I feel excited, ready to conquer the world. Or is it just me? Because listen, I have found that when I'm talking about what I want to do on this earth, I'm hype. Like, I can be having a very iffy day, like just just a lot going on. And one conversation about my goals can really change my attitude. Like, it can make me happy. It does make me happy to talk about what I'm working to achieve. And it's because I real deal believe what I say, and I believe it because of my faith. I not only talk about my goals though, I like to hear other people talk about their goals, and I like to encourage people to talk about their goals because you can literally manifest and speak over your life with your own mouth because you have that power. A big part of manifestation is speaking it. I'm not sure how many people get that. Like, yes, write them down, and it's good to write them down, but honey, you have to speak it out of your mouth. Speak them with your friends, speak it with your family. Heck, speak it to yourself. Let me tell you, nothing gets me together like speaking my goals to myself and having some affirmations to back it up. I get my life all the way together. Y'all should see me. I'm doing the mama grab with my hand, like snatching it up. That's how much I get myself together when I speak my goals to myself. Look, y'all not touching me with the goal manifestation, okay? Y'all can play these games, but you're not touching me. I cannot tell you how many times I've read my goals and prayed about them out loud, and the next day or the next week or the next month, I've gotten the confirmation that I'm headed in the right direction, or even the goal has been accomplished because God sent what I needed. Like, it's literally mind blowing, but that's just how much power we have. When we talk about our goals, we are reminding ourselves of what we're working towards. We're literally manifesting the thing that we already wrote and believe. There are two ways you can talk about your goals. And I kind of already talked about this a little bit, but the first is with yourself. I'm like that post on social media that says, if you see me talking to myself, mind your business because I'm having a staff meeting. Yeah, that's me. Like, call me crazy if you want to, but listen, I'm the best listener. I know what I'm doing. I get in the mirror or in my car and I go in. Okay, so get your staff meeting popping. Find a quiet space. Do what you got to do. Talk to yourself. Get it all out. Get an understanding. Do that. Like, talking to yourself about it is important. And then also find you people to talk about your goals with, and not just every 6 months. Like, you should have people you can call frequently, every other week, every month, whatever works for you. Shoot, every day if you want to. But you need people that you can constantly speak that level of positivity to, and they can speak that level of positivity to you as well, and have faith with you that your goals, that you can achieve your goals. That is you manifesting your goals, having those conversations and making them a two-way street. The key word here though is constantly. Like, In the Steve Harvey video I referenced, he talked about how he read his goals every single day. I don't think he said he read them to anybody, but that's a part of talking to them, having that conversation with yourself, having your little staff meeting. But he read them, and as he continued to read them day by day, he started to believe them, and then he started to manifest them. So read your goals out loud. Like, you could be riding in your car, just say what you want to happen over your life. Like, that is truly manifesting your goals, your happiness, and your success. We should talk about our goals because we know where the power is, and there's literally power in the tongue, okay? When you open your mouth, you begin to believe it in your heart. And there's no way you're going to be successful if you don't believe it in your heart. Now, you can believe it in your mind, but if you don't get that thing down in your heart, sis, bro, it's not happening at all. So, we wrote our goals down, we're believing them, we're talking about it. Now it's time to be about it. If you want to see your success and happiness unfold, you better be ready for the work, okay? Here's the thing about believing in faith. Faith without works is dead, period. It's like dead, dead. Y'all know that. Anyone who don't even read the Bible know that. Or maybe they don't, but I think they do. Like, that scripture is popular. Now, some things God will do because of your belief in Him, but most others, honey, they are going to require work and lots of it. Woo, child. I was just looking at my crazy faith goal list last night when I was preparing for the episode, and I was like, okay, Jesus, how are we going to do this? Because I know it's going to take some work, but how much work? And the truth is, I don't even want to know how much work. Like, I'm gonna just have the faith to believe that you got it, homie, and you gonna guide me and put me where I need to be to achieve my goals. Let's be real though, some of the things that we want require a whole lot of work, and we know it requires a lot of work. Like, some of us want to be multi-million dollar entrepreneurs. I'm literally scratching my head because that's a lot of work. It's just a lot. But you can't expect to manifest your goals sitting on Twitter, scrolling on Instagram, or in the club every weekend. Hey, I'm just saying, don't shoot the messenger. Sometimes we get a little distracted and we forget about the work. And that's me included. Like, some days I'm like, what have I done with my life? Like, what is going on? But if you're going to be about it, you have to literally and for real be about it. And it takes sacrifice, it takes selflessness, it takes discipline. The list goes on. But in the end, it's so worth it. I know personally, once I got into a more goal driven mode about a year ago, yeah, it was about a year ago, I was committed to doing something towards my goal every month, every week, and every day, whatever worked for me in that time. I started out doing something every month. Like, I didn't want to overwhelm myself. I just did something big every month towards my goal. And then it went to every week, and then it went to every day. Like, start small, pace yourself, but do something, be about it. Put your, not put your money where your mouth is. Put your muscle where your faith is, I guess. But no matter what, I was moving and shaking at all times. I didn't always have to be doing something like monumental in the goal process, but as long as I was simply being about it in some way, like, that is manifesting, that is moving toward the end goal. You say you want to eat better? Start by turning down fries today, and then again next week, and then the next. And before you know it, you don't even want french fries no more. That's not my testimony, because I'm a fat girl on the inside and I like french fries. But hey, if you can rock out not eating french fries, you let me know how that works. You say you want to write a book, write a page today, maybe 5 pages next week, edit a chapter the week after that. The week after that, read about self-publishing. Like, being about your goals is simply being intentional. You don't have to be out here like building a website in a day. That's great, but you don't have to do that. Don't let people make you feel like you have to do something grand to be working towards your goals. Like, no. Be intentional on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, whatever works for you, as long as you're being about it. We have so many resources available to us. We just have to really be about what we say we're about, period. And honestly, if we're going to manifest everything that we want out of this earth, we really have to grow up. When I made that little note, I was like, "Ooh, I hurt my own little feelings right there when I said that." But y'all, we got to grow up. If we want to see our success and our happiness look how it looks in our head, if we want to see it in reality, we have to woman up, man up, all of that. Like, luckily, I've now most recently accepted that I'm growing and it's real uncomfortable, but it's necessary. And you have to kind of do the same if you haven't. You have to come to the realization that it's going to take a new woman or a new man, a better improved, I don't want to say new, an improved woman or man, to manifest what you want in your life. I can't take 20-year-old Jay where 25-year-old Jay is going. There's not room for the both of us. Like, sis, you had a lot going on then. I had to grow up in some areas. And if you think you can click your heels and that healing will appear, then honey, you're in for a rude awakening because the healing, the business, the book, the millions, the car, whatever it is you want, it's not happening with the click of heels. It's going to take some growth and some growing pains and some seasons of being uncomfortable, because when we manifest things and when we achieve goals, we're going to a new level, and everybody can't go, including your old self. There's not room for the old you and the new you and the you that's to come. Like, it's not going to happen. Now, if I could just have been born with a silver spoon in my mouth, into a millionaire family, that would be great. I wouldn't have to be doing all of this, but that ain't my testimony and it's not yours. So get with the program. Come to the realization that, look, this is going to take some hard work, and be ready. Like, roll up your sleeves, get ready for it, because the work is not just toward the goal, the work will be on yourself as well. Listen, as we get ready for this season of goal setting and vision board parties, y'all know how the beginning of the year goes. Like, it's always hype. People are like, up, talking about 2020, got on the vision, whatever they doing. That's all great and dandy. But I just want all of my friends to have a mindset of manifestation. Like, I don't know about you, but 2019 was my year of preparation. And I just really believe that 2020 is my year of manifestation. So we're writing the vision and making it plain. We're believing the vision in faith. We're talking about the vision because there is power in our tongues. And then we're being about the vision. And lastly, we're accepting that with that vision and with those goals, we're going to have to grow and evolve and stretch and leave some of us, our old selves, behind, okay? Listen, gone are the days of being mediocre. As for me and my house, we will manifest and thrive, okay? So before we get out of here, y'all know I have to give y'all some homework to wrap up today's lesson. This week, I have two homework assignments for you all. So, the first one is, if you haven't taken the time to write out your 2020 goals, then do that. But when you write them out, write them down in faith. Like, wholeheartedly believe that everything you're writing down, you can manifest and you will manifest. And then, if you've already written your goals down, dedicate a few minutes rather, each day, just saying your goals out loud to yourself or sharing them with someone else. Like, I promise you will see and feel the difference. And then for anybody, I am going to challenge you to make a list of 300 things that you want to see happen in your life, 300 goals that you have for your life that you're believing God will do for you. And let me tell you, be very specific. And this is for your entire life, like from today, whenever you listen to this podcast, to the day that the Lord calls your number. What are 300 things you want to see happen in your life? I promise y'all, I am literally a living witness. When you pray over that list and when you read that list aloud, you will start to really believe, like, I can do this. Like, me and God, we got this. Actually, not even me and God. God got this. Like, some stuff only He can do, and that is fine. Some stuff you can do, and you're going to do it with His strength. But make your list, pray over your list, and as your life continues to evolve and grow, and wherever life may take you, when God answers something or does something that's on that list, mark it off and put the date on it. I kid you not. I wrote something on my list on October 4th. On October 31st, that thing could be marked off. Like, No games, no plan. And no, it wasn't my $1 million little bullet. It was not. I want $1 million one of these days. The Lord didn't answer that one. I wouldn't be talking. No, I'm just kidding. I would share the good news with y'all. But write down your 300 things. And just watch God move. Like, He will move, He will show up, He will show out. You just have to have the faith to believe. And once He starts answering things on your list, like, let me know. I want to hear all about the amazing things that are happening in your life. And don't forget to pray over your list and talk about your list. Remember, there is power in your tongue, okay? Manifestation starts with you, with your mind, with your heart, and with you speaking the things you want to see. All right, let's hop into our show and tell segment. This week, we are featuring Feel Good Body Scrubs, owned by Miss Chantel Good. Chantel shared that she started her business of selling body scrubs because one, she loves pampering herself, and two, she loves a good deep exfoliant. She shared that she didn't want to keep paying for name brand products, so she decided to start making her own. Yes, sis, a boss lady. Also, she wanted to share her love for scrubs with others who love them, and she believes they make great gifts, which they do. I love me a good scrub. Chantel's products are made using natural and organic products like organic coconut oil, which is healthier and better for you. Of note, all of her scrubs are made to order so that they aren't sitting around collecting a shelf life. You can find Feel Good Body Scrubs on Instagram at underscore feel good, and that's good with an E at the end, so FEELGOODE. You can also follow Chantel at Nicole Chantel on Instagram and Twitter, which I'll be sure to tag in the show notes. Check out Feel Good Body Scrubs today and let Chantel know that Miss J sent you. All right, that wraps up another amazing episode of the School of Life podcast. I cannot say thank you enough to all of you who are a part of my friend gang. Like, I am still in awe that I'm even doing this and that I'm one season in. Like, wow. So, thank you, friends. Like, this would not be possible without you. I feel like I'm doing a thank you speech. But while I'm on break, I want you to know I have a lot of things I'll be working on for the podcast that I cannot wait to share. As always, y'all, I really hope you've learned something new or gained some new insight, because that's really why this podcast exists. Like, y'all know I don't proclaim to be an expert on anything, but if I can help in any way, honey, count me in. I am there. I know that this thing is hard and we're all just trying to figure it the heck out. But remember, you do not have to do it alone. Like, I'm here. My DMs are open. Like, I pray for you guys anytime I record. Look, you're not alone. So, as we get ready to end another year, remember that you are the bomb.com. You are blessed and highly favored, and nothing is going to stop you from getting to where you're headed, okay? I wish you a very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'll be back on January 27th, 2020. So, in the meantime, hit me up on Instagram if you need me to let me know how this podcast has helped you. Let me know any topics you want to hear next year, or just stop by to say hi. Let's keep kicking life's butt together. Talk to y'all soon.